Welcome here today to the Udiana Cricket Ground for the third of a women's bilateral international T20 match between Singapore and Indonesia. We'll now cross to our match referee for the toss of the coin.
And for the third time in a row you win.
And for the third time in a row we have a toss won by Singapore. Safuni, what would you like to do today? Any change?
We'll bowl, so no change.
Bowl again? Okay, I won't ask you why this time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our umpires today, we have Yusuf as our reserve umpire, Sonny and Gopal. So good luck to everyone today, and we'll be back here shortly for commencement of play.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Could we have the this?
We give you a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I have the photo of this?
Sir, Batu sir. Batu, gitu. What is it?
Welcome here to the Udiana Cricket Ground. It's a beautiful day again. Maybe a little bit lucky to get underway on time today after a very, very heavy storm this morning. I was at the ground at 7 o'clock and basically water everywhere, a bit of a lake, but it drains very well here and it's come up very nice. The match referee has inspected the ground and it's all ready to go on time. So the players are just getting organised now and they'll be out on the field very shortly to commence play. The Singapore team won the toss for the third time in a row and have elected to bowl again. So I think we might find a couple of changes in the Indonesian side today. Nanda after batting and then in the field for the first day, for the whole day, and then for a good part of it yesterday. Maybe feeling the pinch a little bit. So we'll wait and see, just waiting for the team sheets now. I must say to the PCI, the Indonesian Cricket Association, they've really put on a great show here. The officials, whether Abi, Prakash and Afi over here from Jakarta, the umpires doing a great job. The umpires are just making their way out onto the field now. Unfortunately, I think we still have Randy on the sick list, so it may be doing it a bit single-handed today. Hopefully, we get a couple of the parents again, as we did yesterday. It was nice to get a bit of an insight into the Singapore girls and into the Singapore cricket in general. They do have a slightly different setup to us, and they're very interesting to find out exactly how they run things over there and where they're going with their cricket. Our ladies team, Indonesian team, are basically starting their preparations for next year, looking to push towards qualifying for World Cup. They will have World Cup qualifying games early in the season. And these games will certainly give the coach a bit of a look at some of the players that are in line for selection. The Indonesian ladies are just making their way out onto the ground now. Looking across the field there at the Indonesian team. They have had a change of strip today. They're in a bright yellow. So certainly be a little bit easier to distinguish the two. The last two games they've both been wearing red, with the Singapore ladies in black long pants rather than the red and white of the Indonesian team. But today will be a lot easier. A very bright yellow uniform. The girls are getting a little bit keen here. They're actually jogging out to the field. So I can pick up the two opening bats. We have Winder, who will open the batting from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. And her partner in crime will just waiting for it to turn around. To open the bowling for Singapore will be Ada again. She opened the bowling and bowled nice line and length early yesterday. So she's been handed the new ball again.
Waiting for 1:30 because the match start time is 1:30. The broadcasters lose feed over there.
We're just waiting here now for the actual start time being 1:30.
You got it? You got the TV? I'll get that.
Okay, thanks,
I'll get that once the match starts. You can just.
And breeze is just a little bit. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that one just gives a bit of information with the right hand, left hand, how old they are, etc. Okay, the opening batters for Indonesia will be Winder and Mia. Taking the first ball will be Winder. And I'm joined here now by the legendary Afi, General Manager of Indonesia Cricket, man very much responsible for the show they're putting on here today. Just waiting for the clock to tick over to 1:30 for commencement of play.
I'd like to say everyone hello to the cricket fans all over the world. Women's cricket zone. To start a play.
Ada comes in the bowl now. Oh, hits her on the pad. Quite a loud appeal, but turned down by the umpire. Picked up by the bowler in her follow through, and no run.
Good start of a first ball day by Ada Basin. Oh, got a movement there, swing, I think.
She's pitching the ball up again today. In this humidity, after the ball certainly move around. It's very humid. We had big rain last night.
Yep.
And the sun now beaten down is just sucking all the moisture up, so that ball will be swinging a bit.
We've got a new pair of batters lined up for Indonesia. Winda and Mia.
This is a better start for Singapore. 3 dot balls, putting pressure on the opening bats.
Wind facing here comes from Bali, Denpasar to be exact. Oh, that's a nice one.
There's left, just outside the off stump there. Played at it, but failed to get the edge.
Play.
Good bowling from Ada.
Much better bowling from Ada. Not a dot ball.
And the bowl through to the keeper again.
Dot ball so far and a wide. Very much better bowling.
Good to see though, they're allowing the ball to move around, pitch that ball up and let it swing. And it's certainly asking questions of the opening bats. Pushes forward, just plays it back to the bowler and picks it up in her run up. And that's a very good over, just the one wide off it. So after one over, Indonesia none for one.
You can see the consistency here from Ada bowling.
Yeah, Ada yesterday seemed to, I think the coach might have had a word to them and certainly improved her length. Very wayward in the first game, but in yesterday's game her length was much better, which certainly asks questions of the Indonesian batters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have Mia now to face from the top deck nightclub end. The bowler, I think it will be Kumo, is it? Just checking, I think it's...
Might be Davina Sharma.
That's right. Davina Sharma. Bowled very well early again yesterday.
Yeah. I think they started with the same opening bowler, if I'm not mistaken.
They didn't get the breakthroughs, but they certainly held the much tighter good line and length yesterday early.
Yep.
It was in the bowl now. A little bit short that time, and it's pulled away behind square. Gone for the one. They're looking for the two. Bit of indecision. No, sent back. Good decision. Nice throw in from the deep. So Mia is off the mark now.
There's a good move, back foot movement there by Mia.
Rock back very quickly, punch behind square.
Winda's facing again. This one. Let's see if she can get a run. She has faced 6 balls, but to none.
It's in the bowl now. Little short. She played back. Maybe it's not quite the right shot selection. And through the keeper, they got away for a bye there. I think the keeper was looking for the top edge. It got very big on her. She tried to play back. The ball really wasn't quite short enough to get back to.
A little bit miscommunication there by the fielder and the wicketkeeper. Not sure which wants to take the ball.
Inside the first 6, they have their 2 on the leg side in the deep. Well, that's a good length again. Very good length. Mia's trying to get back, but it's not quite short enough for her to get back. Taken by the keeper. Dot ball. It's a little bit shorter. Oh, she tries to pull that one, taken on the body. And drops down in front of her, picked up by the keeper. So I hope you behaved yourself last night, Huffy.
I did.
Bit of a smile on his face. I'm not quite sure how much he behaved. I know I had an early night. A little bit tired.
Yep. Oh,
rock back and punch forward of point there.
Good
I
power
think that might go. That's gone all the way to the boundary. It's a nice shot.
Indonesia.
Lovely shot there. That's the first boundary of the innings. Girls are quite comfortable when they drop it short, getting back. It's when they bowl that length, it's just awkward. Not sure whether to come forward or to go back, but that was a little bit too short, that one. Comes in the bowl now. A little bit short again, but just pushed back down the wicket. Picked up by the bowler on a follow through. And that's the over. So after 2 overs, Indonesia none for 7, with Mia on 5.
Winda on no.
Winda still yet to score. So Ivada to bowl their second over from the top deck nightclub end. Just getting a field set.
I think Indonesia here is a bit thinking too much.
He's in the bowl now. Or pitched up, lofted. Oh, it just chipped up and over. Almost in line with the bowling end stumps. But they got through for a single.
Yeah, Winda's finally getting
Winda's off the mark now, yes.
a run off the board.
Other moves in, bowls right up in the block hole that time, pushed back down the wicket. Fielded in her, follow through again. Good bowling. She really has learnt from the bit of a pumbling they got in the first game.
Yep.
Her length has been very good.
Definitely see a lot of improvement there in this third match of the 6
Was in the
series.
ball, short that top. Oh, certainly wasn't expecting that. And really struggled to keep that down.
See a little bounce there, I think. A lot more bounce.
That's an inconsistent bounce at that end. We've been talking about Afi. It is, and that got very big on her. She didn't use her feet enough. If she had got back, it might have been a bit more comfortable, but trapped on the crease a little bit there. Ada comes into bowl again now. Pitched right up. All nicely played square of the wicket out through or forward a point. And they get back for 2 runs.
So good running by the Indonesian team there.
Mia moves along to 7 and the score to 10.
The Indonesia team picking up their runs now.
Wasn't a bad ball, maybe just a little bit too much room outside the off stump. The length was good, just the line off a little bit. Again, well now there's one that keeps low. That really hardly got off the ground. Very hard for the keeper, got through. Luckily no buys. The pointers, the slip is very deep. And got across to cut that off luckily. But that was the one that the previous one got big on her, or 2 before, and that one went very, very low. And it comes into bowl again. Or well wide of the stumps there. Not called by the umpire.
Yep.
Not a bad place to bowl though, to make the batsman come after you. The batter.
I think now they call it batters.
Yeah, we'll slip up occasionally and I apologise for that. So we have Davina to bowl her second over now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Bowling to Mia. Moves in now. Pitched up. Oh, she tried to dabble that around to the leg side and got a bit of a thick edge, I think. A bit of a leading edge. Out to a very short cover. And they scampered through for a quick single. Well, moves into bowl now. Down the leg side, has called a wide by the umpire.
Not too many wide so far. For
Big
Singapore
improvement. That's the thing in a 6-day tournament.
Mm.
Some quite young ladies out here, but they are improving.
They're getting the experience.
And getting good experience, absolutely. Comes in the bowl now. That's short. Little plays underneath it then. Taken by the keeper. A little fumble.
See the replay here. But new batters from Indonesia haven't batted so far in the series, so this will be the first.
Yes, after 2 games, only having lost, I think, 5 wickets in total.
Yep.
The middle order, middle and lower, haven't seen much of it. Oh, she moves around on her crease there. Tries to get down, comes back in the end. And playing a miss.
I think Winda was a reserve the first 2 games. I think she injured her hand. But I think she felt a little bit better today, so that's why she's playing today. And Nanda must have been tired from the 2 games. Almost not out.
Well earned rest, I think, for Nanda. Oh, lovely shot. Punch forward to point. Bit of a chase there for the fielder. All the way to the boundary. They've gone for 2. They're going to look for 3. Yeah, they'll make that comfortably. Well run. Well struck off the back foot there. They're very happy playing the crossbat shots. The field with that rain last night again. A little bit slow. You'd expect that to go to 4 for 4 normally. It's in the bowl now. Well, that's hit straight to the fielder there at a very short backward square leg. Almost a leg gully.
Singapore team hasn't lost that touch of throwing the ball right into the stumps.
On a lot of occasions. It's
Yes,
quite
yes.
incredible how many times they've hit the stumps.
You can see the umpires working hard,
They'll
getting the
make
bells
them
in.
work, make them earn their money. They've done a very good job, the umpires. There hasn't been a lot of LBW or edge appeals, but I think overall they've done a very, very good job.
They're very consistent with their call. Consistent and persistent. That's what you need. That's what you want in an umpire.
Absolutely. Comes in the bowl now. Well, there's just that good length again. She tries to get back to it, but it gets big on her. Plays underneath it and goes through to the keeper. That's the end of the over now. That's 4 overs down. Indonesia none for 15. Bit of a contrast to the previous 2 days, where they've got off to flyers really. The Singapore bowl was making them earn every run at the moment.
I think from the last 2 games, the Indonesian team have always have 60, 65 runs after the power play. It's not even half of that now, so.
We have a change of bowler now, Singapore.
Number 6.
Chaturani to come in from the Bull's Head, from the top deck, nightclub end. It's just rolling the shoulder over, rolling the arm over a little bit, warming up here now.
Chaturani is also a spinner. So we can see
in the bowl.
Action here.
Pitched up again, drivable length, just hit down the ground and fielded mid-on. They've got through for a quick single.
Singapore team putting a spinner here. Do you think they'll try to get Indonesia less runs than?
They'll certainly be trying to tie them down early, not letting them get away. Comes in the bowl now, all very short there and wide outside the off stump. Called a wide by the umpire. Yes, if they can keep the line of length they've bowled in these first 4 overs, it's going to hold that run rate back quite a bit because there hasn't been many easy balls, many free hits. Comes in the bowl now. Again, right up in that block hole. Pushes out to mid-wicket this time for a single.
Another direct stump hits there. Singapore teams. Our umpire here, Sonny Howes, working to pick up the belt.
The spring-loaded stumps out there, they're knocking them down that often. Set of training stumps would be handy out there.
Maybe all the fans here can create something for the future of cricket.
Chaturani comes in the bowl now. Taken on the body there and runs away down the leg side to that short gully, leg gully, and quick single. Has he called that a leg bye? Yes, he has. It's in the bowl now. It's a little bit shorter. She rocks back and punches forward of point out to the fielder there, just the single. Well, nearly overthrow there. It's hit the edge of the wicket, unfortunately.
It is an overthrow.
Something you'll be very cautious of on AstroTurf. And this throw in, trying to avoid the edge of that pitch because it makes it very hard for the fielder at the stumps or the keeper. So they end up running 2 then with the overthrow. Ola comes in now. All short, flicked away to that leg gully position again. But no run.
You really don't want to have a lot of misfields here against the Indonesian team. So really need to tap that singles up.
It has been a little bit of a picket fence of late. Singles, they're short. Oh, she couldn't get down to that one. Always called it a wide. It's just out of her reach. But again, there wasn't very much bounce there. wicket has dried quite nicely, so it's not really skidding through.
Yep.
It is dry. Short, punched out, forward a point
Good
again.
knock there by
Out,
Winda.
extra cover.
Didn't go for 4 though.
Up near the boundary, thrown in. Not a bad throw into the keeper, and they've got through for 2. Maeve's starting to move along a little bit now. She does like that ball, that square cut. She does tend to hit it forward of point. And if I was the Singaporeans, I would be covering that a little bit better than they are at the moment.
Yep.
Seems to be a favourite shot of hers. Maeve's move along to 11 off 15.
Winda is 7 of 15. Bit too many dot balls here from Winda. Coach maybe will think something about to say to Winda on that.
As he walks behind us in deep conversation. But I think he'll be very happy with the team after the first 2 games.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives him a chance to rotate a few players through the team.
Yes.
All the girls get a go. One pull the full toss, pulled square of the wicket, and they get through for 2. Nice throw again in from the deep.
Yep. So very much tidier fielding so far by Singapore.
Yesterday they did bowl a lot of full tosses that were hit away through mid-wicket area, and noticeably today they haven't bowled too many full tosses. A few of the batters have come down and made a full toss of it, but there hasn't been the real loose balls. A bit short, that one. Punch through the covers, off the back foot, out for a single.
There hasn't been too many fielding mistakes.
Hits the edge of the pitch again, but luckily that was backed up well. So as we have the Indonesian coach walking past us here, we'll just ask him how he's feeling about his team right now.
Yeah, feeling really well. After 2 wins, comfortable wins, yeah. Today we are doing some tryouts to the opening pair. So new 2 batters, still good, doing well. Everyone is learning from this tournament, getting some experience. So yeah, we want to make a good team for our future.
Thanks, Nguyen. Yes, I'm sure he'll be quite happy. And as you said, the 2 new different opening partnership here, but they're moving along nicely.
Is this more experiment, or is this always been the strategy?
Actually, the testing, we are testing who is the ideal one to give support to Nanda. Nanda is our permanent opener in our team, so we have to find the other end who is going to support Nanda very well. So we have few names line up, so we have to try it in the matches. So training we are doing, but still matches are different. So how they are handling the pressure and getting settled with the situations. Yeah.
So does this mean you won't need the centre wicket anymore for training, Nguyen? I can have the centre wicket back for preparation. Wishful thinking, I think. Bowler comes in now. There's another wide outside the off stump, called by the umpire. I must say that Nguyen has a big job here. He has 3 teams that he looks after. There's the men's, the women's under 19 and the ladies team. The ladies under 19.
The ladies under 19 and the men's under 19 as well.
And a men's under 19
next year.
So 4 teams. He has a couple of assistants, but he also has some good support by some of the more senior players that act as assistant coaches. As I think we mentioned in previous days, the under-19 women's team have qualified for the World Cup in Africa in January next year, so we wish them all the best. And the women's, the World Cup will be next year, so qualifying yet to come. Ola comes in the bowl now, all pitched up, and she didn't get to the pitch of that, and she just lofted at the point, and quite a simple catch there taken.
Vinay Kumar, first wicket there, taken by the captain, Shafina. So, speaking of the teams here, I think the under-19 teams will also be playing against the Singapore team, and I think Nuan's assistant coach Akash will coach them. Isn't that right, Nuan?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about your assistant coach coaching for the first time for under-19?
Actually, it's a good support having a coach from Sri Lanka to assist me. He's an experienced coach over there, so he's doing a great job with our under-19s and who are getting ready for the World Cup at South Africa. So I'm pretty much sure if we work together for some time, we can make a big change for Indonesia cricket. Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit here on the under-19 preparations for the World Cup. What's the preparations here, and what's the target for the team in Africa?
Yeah. So first time we are representing this World Cup tournament, and 16 teams are qualified. So our main target is for now to get qualified for the Super 12 round. So that's a big challenge for us. We are in a very good group like New Zealand, West Indies and Ireland is there along with us. And our under-19 team, we are going to India for 1 month camp in next month. So it will be another big exposure for our players. So we are looking forward to challenge all good big teams and qualify for the Super 12. Yeah.
So Cora here, come here for the new facing batters.
Maria's a new batter, and off the mark with the first ball, full toss, hit hard out to mid wicket.
That's her characteristics, hit hard.
She hits the ball very, very hard.
So Maria here, or Cora, it's a new players for your team. So why did you pick her? What's your reason?
Yeah, Corazon is from Papua, actually. Papua. First time I saw her last year. She got a big talent, and his life is cricket. Well, now he always talk about cricket, and he has so many plans. I'm really happy to coach a player like that, and she got power as well compared to some others. So I feel you will hear this name quite oftenly in Indonesia cricket for next few years. Yeah.
I think so. She did start playing here in the in our club competition. We did have Papua in the competition, and her and Nanda certainly stand out in the batting department. And as I've said before, I've seen her just in the nets for very long periods of time, just looking for anyone to bowl to her. Anyone that will pick up a ball, she'll stay in the nets all day.
So at the end of the power play, Indonesia had 34 for 1. It's a new bowler coming in. Oh, it's Vinay Kumar. Oh, sorry.
Thanks very much, Nguyen.
I'd like to say thank
Bit
you
of an
to
insight
Noah.
there
Good
into
luck.
what's happening here in Indonesian cricket. Thank the national coach Nguyen very much for his time. It's in the bowl now. Oh, that's short. She rocks back. A lot of balls hit there to that leg gully position. Not really a fine leg. Quite square. Inside the circle. If it goes just a couple of metres either side of her, I think it might be 4 runs. Gadarani bowls again. That time just pushed back, retrieved by the bowler in a follow through. So after 6 overs. 1 for 35. Not quite the same as we've had the last 2 days, but still a respectable start.
Definitely different start for Indonesia team here.
It's short. Bit of movement there. All she could do was push it out into the covers, straight to the fielder. Start of a good over here now. Just a single off it. It's in the bowl. I just tickled around to the leg side, around the square leg. Just Just an easy single there.
Wasn't a bad ball though from Chaturani.
No, it's a good ball, but it's nicely played, just picking up the singles.
Yeah. Starting to see good length being bowled here by the Singaporean teams.
It's a big improvement, and that's what they're here for. Every game they want to be trying to improve on the previous one. They'll be short that time. Punched out to point.
Another single there.
There out to point.
Here, I think in this over.
1 for 38 after 7. Mia's moved along nicely, 17 off 23. Need to be aware that the ground is a little bit slower again just because of the rain. It wasn't possible to have the ground mowed this morning. It took all morning just for it to dry out. I think this might be Shafrina, the Singapore captain, bringing herself on to bowl from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. She bowled quite nicely yesterday.
She did, definitely one of the top bowlers here for Singapore.
Just getting her field organised. Asking for the backward square to go around back into that leg gully position, I think. Okay, she's ready to come in now. Top of her mark. Bowls. It's a good length ball, and she's onto it quickly. Oh, I think a good throw at the stumps might have found the Maria a little bit short then. Risky single, I think. Shafrini was right onto that. Just didn't quite, after all their good throws they've had in the last 2 days, it was just a little bit wide of the stumps. Brings Maria onto strike now. Pitched up, just pushes back to a short mid-off and fielded there. No runs.
The length looks good by Shafina here.
It's just a bit of an awkward length. They're trying to get back, but not really allowing it. There we go again. Well, that's down the leg side though that time.
Jinxed it myself there.
But even though there's a wide, the length is a lot better.
Yeah.
I really do think the coaches worked on that, on their length, because we've seen all bowlers improve on their length bowling.
There's a couple more full toss lately in the early in the overs, but so far so good.
There we go again. Ball just pushed forward into the covers by Maria. A little bit of a missed field. And they get through for 1 run. Comes in the bowl now.
Yeah.
This time just flicked around to mid-wicket. Fielder gets around to pick it up and they get through for a single. Nice running, just picking the gap. After 7 overs, they still only have 2 in the deep, both square, 1 forward to point and 1 at square leg. Freeney comes into bowl, pitched up again. Oh, edge through the gully this time. Chased down hard, and they'll get back for 2 runs. Although we have looks like a rescue helicopter over the top of the ground there. It might have been handy if he was here earlier to dry the ground out. Having a good look at the game now.
Could have got more boundaries, Nico? Could have got more boundaries than we had today if the ground's drier.
Yes, it might help the boundaries flow a little bit better if we dry the ground out a little bit more. Maybe a little bit hard to hear with the helicopter over the top of us. Well, that one's flicked back to square leg, a little bit uppish, but the fielder is quite deep there, and they get through for a single.
So, a very slow outfield today because of the rain last night.
I do make apologies for that. Did have plans to mow this morning, but those plans were certainly put to bed with the very, very heavy storm we had, or maybe from 4 o'clock through to 7 o'clock this morning.
Although the center wicket looks good, they play certainly well.
The run-ups had been covered, so they stayed in, still in good condition. So yeah, it was well done by the people assisting here yesterday afternoon. There is a fair bit of rain around. Most of it is forecast for evening, night-time sort of thing. So even though it's AstroTurf, not grass wicket, they are covering up, particularly the run-ups, keep them dry. Have a change of bowler here. I think this might be the sister.
Number 4. That's Ria Pasin, correct?
Yeah, that's Ria. Twin sisters playing here.
Have you had any experience with twins? Daughter, son, Siko?
I certainly have a lot of experience, most probably 60 years of experience with twins. I have twin brothers. And, that's short. Dropped catch there, hit down to mid-on. Difficult catch.
Oh, they kept on running and 3 runs?
Oh, they've managed to get 2 runs out of it.
Oh,
and now they're going to go for 3. There's an overthrow. Backing up a little bit too close there, and it got through her for an overthrow. So 3 off that, and it was definitely a drop catch. It was a chance. Down low, and she made a very good attempt at it, but unfortunately spilled it.
You couldn't see on the replay there, but certainly there was a catch there.
It's in the bowl now. Short. No.
It's better bowling
Plays
there.
over the top of it there, taken by the keeper.
Speaking of twins, Nico, what does it feel like having twin brothers?
I have to be very careful here because I have very strong opinions. I can't say what I'd really say. No, I've got 2
Did they play cricket as well?
brothers, and
Did they play cricket in the same team?
One brother played, the other one didn't play. He ended up playing tennis. Punched out to point for a single end. But we did play football together. Not very much together, they being a little bit younger. But we always like to, well, we actually hit a tennis regularly when we get together as we got older and moved away. I was in the bowl now. Oh, that one kept low.
Oh, no.
That was through, Maria. It's gone through everything.
It's gone through.
Gone for buys. They've run the 1. So that'll be 2 buys. A little bit hard for the keeper there. That ball that keeps low. She's getting on the 2nd or 3rd bounce sometimes. Here comes in the bowl now. Well, that's a short one and wide and called by the umpire. Put a bit more effort into that ball, but it's a stray.
Maybe the humidity works on the ball.
Again, I think it'd be a little bit greasy, that ball, with the perspiration. There's not. I don't think the ground is much moisture on it now, but the moisture's certainly being sucked out of it by the sun. And when you look across the ground, it's even a little bit hazy just with the moisture coming off the surface of the ground.
So you still need towels even though it's summertime here?
Very much. The towel to dry the ball. That's been hit down the ground. Flat batted down to deep mid off. Picked up and they'll get back for 2.
Good throw there with Shafina. Almost a misfield there by the fielder.
Strong throw.
So a little bit breeze here. Let's see if Ria can use the wind, strength of the wind to get more swings on the ball.
That's short again and pulled away through mid-wicket. But they got protection out there on the boundary. Oh, they look for 2. Yeah, they're going to go for it too. It wasn't a strong throw from the boundary, and they managed to get back for 2 quite comfortably. That's the end of the over. Indonesia now 1 for 56 after 9 overs. So we're getting close to that 56 runs again for the 10. Not the run rate we had for the last 2 days, but it's still respectable.
What do you think of the target should be here for Singapore teams? How low should the score be?
I'd be trying now. I'd actually be trying to keep them under 130. If they can be less than, somewhere around that 60, 65 runs at the halfway mark. These 2 girls, if they're still there towards the end, can certainly hit a big ball. But Singapore have done a much better job today. Safrini comes in now. Nice run up. Well, that's punched through point again by Maria there. And just the single. I think they've worked them out in the field a little bit too. They've got a fairly good field set. They know they're strong square of the wicket. And that's where the two fielders are in the deep. They have a short backward point and then a deep point right on the boundary. A square leg just in from the boundary. And the rest of them are pretty much on the ring. Wrapped on the pads there.
Louder appeal than the first appeal, but
going down leg side, I think.
Umpire still didn't move at all.
Yeah,
very
sliding down leg side, I'd say. Yes, well down leg side, looking at the replay. Unfortunately, we're not behind the stumps, but the video screen we get to look at is over the bowlers. It's over the keeper from this end. Safrini coming in from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end again. Pitched up again. Just a little push into the covers. Comfortable single. It's smart batting. They're not trying to overhit anything.
Yep.
The loose one, they're trying to put it away. But when they're bowling the good lines and lengths, they're just trying to push that single into the gaps.
Yep. I think they know that today's going to be slower ground than 2 days ago, so they're trying to get more singles now.
Yeah, I think if you want boundaries, big boundaries, you're going to have to go aerial. Bowls again. Oh, it's a full toss, and she's gone straight back down the ground. Beautiful shot. That'll go all the way to the fence.
Finally, boundary.
Been a long time between boundaries, but that's a very nice shot. All power, straight
Let's see
down
if
the
we can
ground.
get replay here. See the shot.
They can't afford to bowl those full tosses. The girls will put them away.
It's a full toss there. And Maria with the big swings. Got it out of the boundary.
It had the makings of a good over there, but that full certainly hurts. Comes into bowl again now. Pitch back up. Ooh. Almost tickled that through to the keeper then. That's a much better line and length. Freeney comes in now. Last ball of her over. Well, that's a full toss.
That's again.
And that's been hit out through mid-wicket. A little bit slow out there. They've run two.
Saved.
Picked up. That's all they're going to get.
Again, you don't want to
the end
bowl a
of
full
10
toss to
overs.
Maria. She was just eat that ball up.
Just look at a replay there. Picked up nicely. It was a full toss, but picked up nicely and hit very firmly out through mid-wicket. That is an area where it is still a little bit damp, and the ball held up.
We've come to the 10-over break here. Indonesia 64 for 1. We got Maria here. She's got 17 runs off 13 balls, and Mia 25 runs off 31 balls. What do you think of Indonesian pace here, Nico? Are they on a good pace, or?
Well, look, I think the coach should still be happy. 1 wicket down after 10 overs, so there's plenty of batting power still in the shed.
And what do the Singapore needs to do in this half of the 10 overs?
Basically, just keep on bowling the lines and lengths. Just try and keep it tight. The wickets will come if they apply pressure.
Yep.
They've played a miss quite a few times, and just been a bit unlucky. Haven't found the edge.
Yep.
There's been a drop catch. They do need to take those catches. They won't get a lot of them, so they have to make the most of the chances they do get. Isn't that a beautiful view looking down the ground there with
GWK
the statue,
statue.
Gawika? Anyone that is listening, Gawika is actually an acronym.
Yep.
I think it's the
for
correct word,
Garuda
GWK, which is
Garuda Wisnu Kencana.
Wisna
Kencana.
I think that's a mythical bird.
So that's it's actually from a god of Hinduism.
Hindu god, yeah.
Hindu god, yeah.
Riding the Garuda bird.
The Garuda bird, yeah. So Vishnu is actually the god from Hindu, and riding the Garuda, which is a bird.
Okay.
The big bird there.
Quite a tourist attraction, particularly for local tourism here.
Yep.
It's there's people everywhere, every day of the week. I live quite close, and it's very popular.
They have a museum there inside of the statue, I think. That you can walk in and go up.
Yeah, there is a viewing platform, I
And
believe.
viewing
I
platform
haven't.
as well.
I actually watched it while they're building. It's quite interesting to see all cast pieces. It's an old quarry where they built it, and I used to ride the motorbike through there and watching these massive big pieces that you couldn't. It was a jigsaw puzzle to be put together.
Yeah.
And
They took many years to build it, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe I noticed it probably for 3 years before it got anywhere near completion. But it is certainly a tourist attraction here.
So Aida here, his interesting numbers: 2 overs, just 4 runs.
She bowled very well, Ada. Looks like Vinu Kumar coming on from the top deck nightclub end. Just moving her field around now, getting ready. As we see another Garuda. Garuda Airlines just taken off from Denpasar Airport. Just making its way. You can see it over the top of the trees here. We're not that far from the airport at the ground here, and I know on some days you certainly hear the engines. Jimmy comes into bowl now, a little bit short and flicked away to mid-wicket. Nice shot from Winder there, just the single. And it comes in now. Well, that she makes a full toss of that, and that's hit very hard out to wide mid-on. Just gathered inside the boundary, and she gets back for 2. On most days that'd be 4. Very well struck, but it's a little bit of pitching here. It hits the turf and does die a little bit. It's not running very hard. Winner comes into all short again. Hit all through square leg that time. The fielder gets around quite quickly and keeps it down to a single. Good fielding in the deep. Strong throw back to the keeper. Prevented the second run. And it comes in now, bowls. Well, it's pitched up. Beaten for length a little bit there. Again, she tried to get back, but just it was too full for her to get back and had to just push it into the covers to the fielder for a dot ball. Winner comes in the bowl now. Full toss there. Well, a bit of a miss hit, but out to mid-wicket. They've got the one and they're coming back for two. Didn't time that very well, but the placement was good and she managed to get back for 2 runs. Vinu comes in the bowl now. Oh, she tries the reverse shot then. A little bit funky. I haven't seen anyone get away with it yet, but it's nice to see the girls there. Obviously watching some of the international cricket and see some of the fancier players, your Glenn Maxwell's, etc., that turn around and play it to the other side of the ground, a reverse sweep, a reverse paddle, whatever you want to call it. Someone tried a ramp here yesterday, didn't come off, but it's good to see the girls. They're obviously practicing these shots. Not classical cricket shots, but certainly very common in 2020 cricket these days. As a bowler, I don't know how I would have handled it in my day with people going from left hand to right hand. Would have been very frustrating. Okay, Maria on strike now. Oh, down the leg side. I think it might have gone over the leg stump almost, that one. Oh no, actually over the off stump. A little bit hard to see from here. Have to go to the screen regularly. It's in the bowl. Or she gets inside that one, but fails to make contact. Bails were taken off, so the umpires, a little bit of work to do just to fix up the castle. Davina comes into bowl. Oh, come out of her crease but got back very, very quickly and didn't give the keeper time to take those bails off. But well flighted, nice ball there. Tempted Maria to come down the track at her and beat her with flight. Comes in the bowl now. Oh, that time, just short of the fielder at point and gets through for a single. A few of those almost half chances just short of the fielder. Not having a lot of luck, Singapore. So Winder on strike now. Oh, it's a good length ball, well played, just pushed back down the wicket. That's the length. The girls just really struggle. Unless they come out of their crease and skip down, very hard to get to the half volley, but also hard to get back. Comes in the bowl now. A little bit short of that time. She's able to punch forward a point. Out to the fielder there. Out for a single. Good over from Davina there. After 3 overs, none for 12. Good figures. And we have Mia on 29 off 37. And Maria Cora, as they like to call her, 21 off 19. Indonesia now 1 for 72. And we welcome the chairman of Indonesia Cricket, Abi.
Hi.
Welcome to the commentary box.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, we won't call it a commentary box, a commentary cover.
Yeah, the cover is nice. The weather is good.
Nice
So,
and cool.
Our
Nice
chair
breeze
here
blowing
has
now.
been very busy. So what has been keeping you busy, sir?
Well,
Class.
of course, the cricket itself, the rapid development of cricket in Indonesia throughout 20 province and another 2, so it's like 22 province. And we have so many competitions in the provincial level, the domestic level, the regional level, and the national championships. In fact, we just finished our national championships. It was participated by 11 province, and this was a major milestone post-pandemic. And I think this has been unique as for our preparation for selection for the national team, and also our preparation for the upcoming SEA Games, Asian Games, and the World Cup qualifiers.
We have Arctic back on now from the top deck end. The second ball now, pitches up. Maria's only able to push it back down the pitch, and picked up by the bowler on her follow through. That's good bowling.
Surely better bowling there.
Very good line and length bowling there.
So Abraham here, other than a chairman, you're also a lecturer, also a book writer. He's got a book titled as Ada's bowling her ball here. It's a better bowling. So much better bowling. Titled Indo-Pacific. Social construct and political constructions of Indo-Pacific. So tell us about the book.
Well, thank you, Afi, and it's a book I wrote about geopolitics and basically about the Indo-Pacific, the most promising region in the world right now and in the global constellation of politics. And we hope that this book becomes a major reference for politics in Indonesia and for the international relations, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Defense, and of course for my students where I teach in the university.
Maria hits down the ground there for 2 runs. But again, much better lengths there bowling by Singapore.
Speaking of geopolitics here, what are the bilateral relationships that we have between Indonesia and Singapore?
Well, that's a very good point. As today the teams are playing here, this is a part of what we call cultural diplomacy, and us Cricket Indonesia and the Singapore Cricket Association, we have planned to develop a bilateral relationship through the sports of cricket in the terms of cultural diplomacy, and I think this is a new phrase here with this match today, in which we also plan to have the men's series, and of course we hope that both governments will see this as a potential way of building a relationship between the two friendly countries. And as we know that Indonesia and Singapore are neighbors, strategic partners, and friends, brothers, and I think it is more relevant for the young kids to understand each other and play along with each other, and this will further nurture a greater friendship between the two states.
Any plans on making this tournament continuity next year or year after that?
Well, yes, we have discussed with Singapore Cricket Association, and I think we are on the same page. First, to make this kind of series more often, both for men's and women's. Hopefully soon, in the coming months, we will get the men's series, either in Singapore or in Bali again here. And apart from that, we also plan to make in a Southeast Asian region tournament, apart from SEA Games. And I hope this will boost the appearance and the chances for both countries to get more T20I series and get a better ranking, more exposures, and will foster development of cricket in both countries.
We have Ria coming on to bowl now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. After 13 overs, Indonesia 1 for 80. Maria 28 off 24 now, moving along quite nicely. Wide ball outside the off stump, called wide by the umpire.
So what are the future for Cricket Indonesia?
Well, I guess we have a bright future, and we are confident with that, as we have more than 200,000 cricketers in Indonesia, from elementary schools to junior high schools, senior high schools, universities. So the cricket has been developed for a sport for the people of Indonesia. Cricket is for all. This is our tagline, and this is something that we keep on encouraging. We have succeeded in the last 8 till 10 years. And I think we have got acknowledged by the International Cricket Council, and we have also reached achievements through our T20I rankings, where our women's are now ranked 22nd in the world, our men's are ranked 57 in the world, and the most interesting is our under-19 women's have qualified for the first under-19 ICC World Cup. So these are major milestones, and this proves that Indonesia has a bright future. Apart from not being a Commonwealth country, I think we have done a fantastic work, but yet we need to develop more, and we'll need support and partnerships globally.
Wide ball bowled there.
So last question before I let the chair go. What will be the target of, speaking of the T20I rankings, what will be the targets of your women's ranking, since it's 22nd of the world? What will be the rankings after 5 years from now?
Thank you, Afi. And well, I would say that because of the pandemic, we didn't get to play a lot of matches. Now that things are normal again, with the new normal, I hope by the end of next year we can reach the top 15 in the world. And of course, in the next 5 years, we hope we can become a major women's cricketing nation. And of course, we want to be in the top 10 in the world. And I think this is a realistic target for women. In the men's as well, we want to keep on improving, bring them up to the top 20 step by step, and then hopefully in the top 15 step by step.
Certainly better fielding and better bowling from the Singapore.
That's a very good fielding there. The bowling, there has been a few loose balls, but the Indonesian batters just managed to pick out the fielders a little bit. But some very good fielding. That ball was hit quite hard through then.
Very nice comments from the chair here. I would like to say thank you to have come over to accompany us with the commenting.
Can't stop
Thank
the
you,
back foot
Afi.
through
Thank
there,
you, Nico.
so
See you around.
Thank you, Abi. And yeah, it's interesting to hear what your plans are for the future of Indonesian cricket. As an Aussie living in Indonesia, in Bali here, the last thing I expected was to find the game of cricket here at all. I thought maybe there'd be a few yobbos in bars go and have a hit on a Sunday or a Saturday, but to see the professionalism and the level of cricket that we see here. The men's, I do feel it's got a fair way to go, a lot of hard work to be done. The women are coming along very nicely. Oh, drop catch, but a very difficult one there. She worked hard to get to it, down very low, backward a square. And thanks very much, Abby. Very good attempt there.
Hard catch to catch, but
it's actually pleasing to see them go for those catches rather than hesitate. They give it 100%. That's a short ball and pull out to mid wicket in the deep there, picked up, and nice throw fired in, just the single. Yeah, the achievement just in the improvement in the men's from a ranking of 85 to down to 57 is quite an achievement in a very short period of time, really, with the new national coach. He hasn't been here for a long time, but he has been working very, very hard. Get out to mid-wicket then. Just a single, well fielded.
We can hear the parents shouting here, supporting Singapore
Very,
teams.
very vocal, very supportive of their kids. It's good to see. I certainly hope they're enjoying the hospitality here in Bali. They're only here for the week. I hope to make the most of what we have on offer here. A lot of cricket to be played.
Yep,
A
certainly.
lot of time for
Leisure.
leisure. I'm sure.
If you have one day in Bali,
Yeah.
where would you go?
Well, I have my favourite spots here, Alfie.
Mm.
I'm not a mountains man. I like the coast.
Right.
And my favourite spot in all of Bali is most probably Pandawa through to trying to think of the name of it now. Some of the clubs around the beach clubs around the cliffs there.
Yep.
Very,
Certainly,
very
there are a
nice.
lot of cliff house in that area.
Spend a lot of time down at Jimbaran Beach
Mm.
with a quiet ale, watching the sun go down.
Yep. A lot of fishermen, I think, going on fishing early in the morning. It's a
Yeah,
quite spectacle to see.
When I first came to Bali, I used to go for a walk along the beach there. When I'd come home from work, I'd walk along the beach and help the fishermen bring the boats in each morning. Somewhere around 7:30, 8 o'clock, they'd come in after a night's fishing, loaded up with fish, and there'd be a dozen men come down and help drag the boats up the beach. And I used to enjoy just a bit of exercise, going for a walk, and then helping them bring the boats in.
We also have a couple of fishermen's family here in Cricket Indonesia. I think one of our men's player is also a boat driver. I think Eddie.
What about Buddy? Is Buddy from I think he's from a
Quite sure,
fishing
maybe.
family.
Oh, Wesika, the captain, the captain. She comes from a fisherman
Yeah, yeah.
family.
A little bit short, lucky to get away with that one.
3 dot balls so far for Chaturani in this over.
Yeah, after 14 and a half overs, 1 for 90. They would like to step it up a little bit now. There's plenty of firepower in the shed still waiting. That one just pushed around behind square, just the single. Yeah, Chaturana bowling quite tidily. Mixing it up a little bit. That was a quicker one. Punched out extra cover. And just the one run.
Good throw there by the captain.
A nice strong throw.
I think the captain is really all-rounder here. She can bat, she's a good fielder, she can bowl as well. The complete package of T20 cricketer in these days.
Comes in the bowl now. A little bit short, that one. It just flicked into mid-wicket. Bit of a vacant area there, and managed to get back for 2. That's very well run. She didn't hit it too hard, just timed it to perfection to gain the extra run there. If she hit that hard, it would have only been a single. The fielder was set a little bit too deep to protect the 2. Rooney comes in now. Ball pitched up. Well, actually managed to get back on the back foot and punched it into the covers. Nice throw right beside the stumps. And they got through for a single. So after 15 overs, 1 for 96, Indonesia.
5 overs to go. What do you think the scores would be, Nico?
I'll be looking for 140. Another 40 off the 5 overs. And I'm sure that Singapore would be trying to keep it down under the 130.
Yep.
Big improvement from the bowling.
I think anything below 120 is a good score to
You'd want to think you could chase that down.
chase, yeah.
Admittedly, yesterday 3 run-outs certainly hurt them. Hopefully they've worked on their running a little bit. Some team meetings to talk about their running between wickets.
Yep.
If they can sort that problem out, they may well find themselves in this game. Oh, that was got the half volley there. Oh, and a drop catch. That's another one, but right down at her toes. Managed to get down to it, but couldn't hold on to it. Didn't get through her. She kept it to just one, but it wasn't a catching chance. But none of these chances have been easy. They all have been right down at their toes, and the girls have made the effort. They've made 100% effort. They haven't held back. They've gone after the catch, which is pleasing to see. That one whipped through to mid-on, but just the single. Mia's now on 41. It's been quite a nice innings. Opened the batting. Oh, that's she's starting to swing now. That went to mid-wicket, but just a single. Picked out the fielder, unfortunately. It was quite nicely timed. The one bounce to the fielder.
I think both batters is already comfortable in running between the wickets.
Rare on strike now. She comes out. Oh! And that's a good stumping. Very good stumping. Tried to get down, was beaten. And she tried to get back, but the keeper is nice. Very nice work to get them bails off quickly.
Try to go forward.
She stayed down. Took the ball quite high. And just managed to take the bails off before Maria could get back.
That's a very close call, I think.
Yeah, no, good call though. I think if they had gone upstairs on that one, I think that was a fair call.
Yeah. I think the wicketkeeper now will gain more confidence after that stumping.
The wicketkeeper is Dewani Prakash. Yeah, nice, very nice stumping, that one. She hasn't had too many opportunities.
Looking very happy there, if you can look on the screen. Jumping around.
So the incoming batter is Andriani. Batted nicely yesterday. She'd like to continue with that from yesterday. Continue on with that form.
So only a little bit more than 4 overs to go for Indonesia.
But that wicket would certainly help the Singaporean cause.
Correct.
Maria very big hitting towards the end of an innings. Just a single there to mid-wicket. Davina comes in the bowl, just pushed away down the pitch. Well bowled. So that's the end of the 16th over. Just 4 from it and a wicket. Indonesia now 2 for 100.
So what do you think Indonesia needs to do here, Nico? Are they trying to hit the ball hard, or are they trying to still defend the ball?
I think Maria had the right approach. Yes, she come down the wicket. You've got to take a bit of risk now to get that score up around the 130.
Yep, only 2 wickets down, so
2 wickets down. There's no use having 8 people still sitting in there.
Yep.
Take a few chances. Put the pressure on the bowlers.
There are still a lot of batters haven't bat, I think.
Yeah, many of the girls haven't batted in the 2 games so far.
Yeah.
Take some risks. If you get out, you're playing the team game. You do need to go hard now. Oh, just pushed away. Back with a square. Just a single.
So Mia and Ani here used to play from the same team before. I think Mia changed into or moved into Jakarta for college. So
She's
they're
at
playing.
college now, is she?
Yes, in University of Jakarta.
Chaturani comes in the bowl now. A little bit short. Hit again. But with no real power there, just pushed behind point just for the single. It's not that they're not trying to get on with it, but the bowling has been quite good.
Yep, good length, good line.
Very little leg side. The big improvement is the lack of full tosses.
Full toss, correct.
That one's been punched off the back foot into the covers, looking for two, but sent back. Good fielding from the Singaporeans there. Katarina just ready to come into bowl now. Pitched up, she dances down a little bit that time, Winder, but doesn't time it. And through to a short mid-on and just a single.
It's the last over for Chaturani here.
Her figures, none for 28. Well, there's that one short of a length again, punched back behind point, just the single. It's a very good tactic from the Singaporeans. They're taking the pace off the ball, and the Indonesians really struggle to get pace onto the ball. They're having to make the pace.
Yep.
It was a wide ball bowled then. Down the leg side. Turn around for a last ball now. Oh, that one's been hit in there over the top of cover then.
Left off.
But well backed up by Shafrini. Only the single. She ran around there from extra cover to back up the cover fielder. Good teamwork. After 17 overs now, 2 for 106. They've done a very good job of slowing them down.
Mia here with 45 runs off 54 balls. And Andriani 4 for 4.
Well, good. It's nice to see the girls just working on their game, improving on each game. I'm sure they'll be much more pleased with some of their bowling figures today.
Fina comes to the bowling attack.
And bowls short of a length, only able to punch it back into the wide mid off there. No run. They're leaving a big hole there in the covers. Just trying to get her to play a shot she doesn't want to play. Moves in the bowl. Oh, that's a full toss that time. Hit out to extra cover. Just the single.
I think Mia is playing very carefully here to get her first international 50. So she chews the ball very carefully.
It'd be nice for her to pick up a 50 here. Just put some pressure on the top order, on the opening batters to say, hey, I'm putting my hand up. I want to be part of it. Oh, that one hit well down the ground, but well fielded. Adriani on the front foot punched that hard down through mid-off, but well fielded.
Very improved
The
fielding
single.
there by the Singapore. Got one bounce and didn't do any misfield.
A winder now on 46. Again, all this time she beat the field. So the sweeper's coming around and she'll get back for 2 runs. Now through cover. Covered a lot of territory there. Fielding at almost a point extra cover, and ran a long way to get to that. Pitched up now, but hit straight to the fielder, no run. Just 2 runs for her first international 50. Bowler comes in. Oh, slower ball, but well placed. Hits through the covers there. She's looking for 2. She got back. And that brings up the 50. Well done to Winder.
It's Mia. Mia Arda at the 50.
Sorry, Mia. I'm calling her Winder. Mia. Very, very well done, Mia. She raises her bat to the crowd.
First international 50.
Very, very good half century there.
So I felt really good to get that. Have you ever scored a 50, Nico?
I've scored a 99, truth be told.
Why am I not surprised?
Top score of 99. And I was told I was on 99 and tried to push for a silly single and just lobbed it up and was caught.
Oh, sometimes
Never
it's
made
hard to get
100.
that 99 to 100, isn't it?
Never took a fifer. 4 for after 4 for. Never a fifer.
Surprised.
It's a 99.
Was it Lister game or was it like?
Was it
50
in a
It was
50 over
50
game?
over game, yes.
It's,
There were no
which
20
grade was it?
games in our times, right?
Or is it backyard cricket? Is it with your brothers?
No, I made many hundreds against him. Many hundreds against him. And the scores are getting bigger the older I'm getting. I made a 99 at Marchant Park in Brisbane.
Nice.
Not a happy man getting out on 99. Well, just flicks that off her toes end, just behind square for a single.
Ada here has been bowling very well so far. Only 14 runs out of 3 overs.
Very well. Last
3.5
over
overs.
now. Well, that one's a full toss, but hit back down the ground. She did. She got a hand to it just to keep it to a single and deflected away. Comes in the bowl. Now she's got a nice fluid action there. Nice run up. Although it's been lofted over the top of point.
So
Only
through the
just
gap.
over the top, and that, but they'll get back for 2 by looks of things. Good running.
Good running by Indonesian team. Trying to get all the runs they can get. The Singapore team is trying to pressure the Indonesian team into scoring below 130.
And Mia, very, very good running there. She backed up a long way for that second. Had a look and took on the fielder's arm. And it comes in the bowl now. Oh, another funky shot there. Tries to scoop it over the top.
Couldn't get that shot yet.
I'd like to see one of these shots come off. Premeditated. She's been out there all day, so she's certainly seen the ball quite well by now.
Yep. Should be as big as watermelon now.
I could just imagine playing that shot and scooping it straight up into my nose, to be honest. And it comes in now. Pitched up again. Oh, hit high this
Picked
way.
up.
Should be caught. Oh, no, dropped.
No.
Dropped it mid-on.
So it dropped.
Was in the air for a long time.
Very fortunate there from Mia.
If they had held these catches, they might have kept Indonesia under 100 runs. She's got in a good position, but really just not quite into the hands.
Just the body position is not that good enough. I think hand-eye coordination really needs to be perfect in this situation.
I imagine that ball was spinning pretty hard too. It wasn't hit cleanly. It wasn't just lofted straight up. It was it come off a very thick edge then. This will be the opening ball. Oh, Safrini coming back in, is it?
Yep, Shafina bowled the last over here.
Oh, they've come back for 2.
Oh,
it could have been a run out there.
They missed a run out there.
The second one wasn't on, but the throw wasn't accurate enough. Safrina bowling from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Comes in. Oh, that's a high full toss. That'll be a free hit after that one. Free hit, no ball. They've made the single off it. She tried to pull it away, but got very much top edge, thick top edge, and just managed to hit it out to a fairly square mid-wicket for a single. That'll be a free hit now to Adriani. Let's see what she can do with this.
6 balls left. What do you think, Nico? 130?
Maybe looking
Below?
for 130.
Below 130?
Swinging hard, I hope. Safrini comes in the bowl, pitched up. Well, she's gone for big hit there. Oh, the fielder's coming around. She's not going to get to it. Out to almost a cow corner there. And they get back for 2. Well run. The fielder certainly come around at a heck of a rate then, trying to get to it. It was in the air for a fair while. Made very good ground, but not quite able to get to it. Still good talk from the Singaporeans here, trying to hold them back under the 130. Pitched up, all top edge there. This should be caught. Oh no. They've only won the run the one. There's confusion everywhere out there. 3 people converging on the ball. Not sure who is going to go for it. I'd like to see the keeper try and get back for them ones. She's the one with the gloves on. These catches are starting to become a bit costly now. Their fielding has been good. Their ground fielding, their catching.
Certainly improvements there in the fielding and the bowling as well.
Oh, a big hit again out through cow corner.
Through the gap. Is it going to go for 4?
She's going to hold it up. The fielder gets it, picks it up and throws. They get back for the 2. They're going to go for 3. Oh, that's very good running. It wasn't expected. Singaporeans just sitting back on their heels a little bit then.
Yep.
The throw didn't quite make it in. Stopped in the grass. So they took the opportunity to run that extra single. 3 runs off that ball.
The catches here and the throwing, I think, needs to be improved in this game.
Yeah, the ball just died there when it hit the ground. It's ready to come in now. Riani on strike. Oh, full toss. Made a full toss. Took a step down the wicket. Driving it to mid-on. Just the single.
Last ball here for Singapore team.
They've got to the 130 here, 2 for 130 with last ball to go. They're going big here. Oh, and a false start from Safrini. Comes in the bowl now. Oh, and there's the shot.
There it
Little
is,
scoop
Nico.
shot over the top of the slips cordon. And she'll get back for 2. Picked up close to the boundary there. That was a nice shot, that. One of the funky ones they play these days.
Yep.
And
Good
nice
seeing
to
the
see
replay here.
one of them come off.
Finally connects.
Oh, there she goes, yeah, over the top of the slips. So at the end of the Indonesian innings, not the big totals I had the last 2 days, but 2 for 132, certainly a competitive score. And let's see what the Singaporeans can do when they come out to have a bat.
Certainly still a score to chase for the Singapore teams, but definitely better than they had the last 2 games.
The Singaporean bowling was a lot better today, I
Yep.
thought. Their only thing was their catching.
Yep.
All of them are very hard catches.
Yep.
A couple of easier ones at the end. So we had Mia on 62 in the end off 67, Adriani 11 off 10, and Shafina's figures were none for 34 off her 4 overs. So that'll be the end of the innings now, and we'll be back shortly to watch the Singaporeans chase, see if they can chase down the 133 required for victory. here again as the Indonesian players come out on the field, and the opening batters for Singapore. Umpires are just moving into position now. We'll just try and find out who the opening batters are for Singapore. Opening the bowling for Indonesia will be Dewi, Suan Dewi. The opening batters for Singapore, Ria, Bachin, and Venu Kumar. Comes in the bowl now, short of the length, just pushed away. Just dribble back into the slips cordon there. Dot ball. We're in the bowl now. Oh, that's spooned up a little bit there. Very thick inside edge, just bobbled up. It's a very short square. Fielder at mid-wicket tried to get in quickly, but it only just came to the ground a little way off the wicket. I'm in the bowl now. Well, that's very full. I think there's a bit of bat in that. There's an appeal, but I could hear two noises there. There he comes in the bowl again now. Full again. This time punched off the toes out to mid-wicket. Just a single. Mid-on moves around to pick it up. Nice shot there though. Just flicking it off her toes. Brings Vino under strike now. Just adjusting their gloves. They're ready now. And Dewi moves into bowl. Pitched up again and just pushed away into the covers, straight to the fielder, no run. It's nice tight bowling, very good line and length. At the top of her mark, and she comes again now. Last ball over. Oh, that one's down the leg side. That's a wide. That's the first loose ball. She'll have to bowl that one again. Dewi comes into bowl again. Pitched up and just Just pushing it into a very short mid-off for no run. And that's the end of the over. 2 off the over. Nice start from the Indonesian bowlers. Okay, that's the end of the first over, and we have Dewi Ayu to come in from the top deck nightclub end.
I haven't realized Indonesia is wearing the yellow today. Call it the Minions outfit.
Tony Gregg would call that canary yellow, I think. Oh, that's a wide down the leg side, called by the umpire.
It's the first ball of Dara here. I think this is the first time we've seen her in this tournament.
This they had nicknames.
What is it?
Just slides off the bat into the gully. Fielded there, but scampered through for a single. There's the top of her mark now. Comes into bowl. Quite a long run up, but very fluid. Just pushed behind off the pads there, pushed back to the short square leg and a single.
Into ball here. Goes on for, tried for 2 runs but sent back. A single there.
There moves in now. Nice ball, full pitch, and the batter has no choice just to push it away into a short mid wicket there.
Better ball by Dara there.
A much better ball. That's a good line and length. Comes in the bowl again. That's wide of the off stump. It's short. She just flicks it down to a short third man for a single. Third man's just on the 23-yard line, I think there.
So we've also had yet to see.
Oh, got big on it there. Got a little bit of extra bounce, and just managed to keep it down. Just behind square for a quick
We're now
single.
seeing Maria as a wicket-keeper now.
Yeah, I've seen Maria keep quite a bit over the last few years. That's where I was a little bit surprised when Nanda had the gloves on, but Nanda did an excellent job. 2 stumpings on the first day. If anyone's aware, we have the G20 starting here very soon. A lot of activity. There's military helicopters in the sky right now.
Yep.
The roads are very, very heavy with traffic. Sirens all day long.
Yep.
We're a little bit away from it where we are here, but it's only just around the corner.
We can feel the busyness, I think, around the area here. A lot of police, military police.
Very much so.
Who are you looking forward to see in this area? Which president or which world leaders?
No one. Not interested in politics up here. Yeah.
Not even Penny Wong or what's the Prime Minister now for Australia? The newly
Albanese. Not a fan, but no. Look, I just hope that I really hope they just don't have any serious trouble with it. It's always a target for some loonies somewhere. There's certainly a big military and police presence in the area, and I'm sure they're on top of any real problems that may try and rear its head.
Pretty sure there are people also watching this game today, just to see how's cricket in Indonesia. Is there any threats?
There are a few dodgy-looking people around here. I'm sure I tell you now. Present company excluded, of course. The last ball just pushed away. No run.
Tori here is bowling pretty much better. Bowling figures, better start.
Tori, yes, of course. We haven't got the same paperwork we had yesterday.
I think we might lost some papers here after the rain this morning.
Tori comes in the bowl now. Oh, that's a clean bowl, taking that off peg straight out of the ground. And it's called a no ball. Wow.
I think she...
And a free hit.
She overstepped.
Overstepping there. They're just looking to replay. Comes in. Yes, that's quite a big no ball there. And it moved in off the seam. Lovely ball to take that off stump. Beaten all ends up. But luckily, no ball. She gets a second life. And a free hit.
Just one step of mistake there from Tori.
Good call by the umpire there. Gopal, he's right on the ball. Tori comes in the bowl again now. Ball hits straight to covers and almost a run out then. Well, that would have been very, very bad way to finish a free hit. It ended up a dot ball, so no real damage done. Unfortunately, the wicket didn't go her way. You don't see many no balls for overstepping in the women's cricket here.
Yep.
I must say it's one of the first ones I've ever seen. Here he comes in the bowl again now. Well, that's another full pitch ball. Almost Yorker. Just pushed away. Tori at the top of her mark now, comes in. Full again, this time drive, will tries to punch it down the ground, but fielded, follow through, well fielded. And that's the end of a very good over, just the one no ball.
Yep. Just miss wicket made in there. She had an overstep, but nevertheless, really good bowling from Tori.
And after 3 overs, Singapore, none for 9.
Singapore is chasing 133. A new bowler here coming. I think Dara will bowl again.
Yep. Dara in for a second over from the top deck nightclub end. It was a tidy over. The first one, a couple of wides, but I don't think there was too many runs off the bat.
Yeah, only 5 runs. So
5 runs off it, yeah.
Not too bad.
She's ready to come in now. Nice run up. Well, that's a bit short. Played square, but straight to point. Well fielded, very well fielded. No runs. Looking at the field here, they don't have anyone in the deep. Everyone's pretty much on the circle or inside the circle. Comes in a bowl now. Driving back to the bowler on her follow through, picks it up, and no run.
Very good start of Dara's second over here. You know, a lot of times the bowlers have this nerves of having to open the bowling. Why do you think that happened?
It's all look, experience is what makes a difference. There's you can have a young new bowler come in and they're nervous. Clean bowler there, middle peg, played all over the top of that, well bowled.
It's very lovely
And
bowling
that's the
from
first
Dara.
wicket down, picked up by Dara. Very nice bowling. That's the line and length to bowl. You miss, I hit. Yeah, you see it. I still, even at the very top level, there's some very famous first balls of a test match bowled, or first balls of a test series bowled. One I recall that was taken by second or third slip. It was that wide. Nerves certainly play a big part, and it's experience. It's your opening bowlers. You really want your first ball to be right on the spot.
Yeah.
You want to start strong.
Put the pressure
Put
on the
pressure on.
batters.
Looking forward to the next few days when we see our under-19
Yep.
girls playing. They're just over beside us there, having some training in the nets. The girls are very, very keen, working hard towards their achieving their goals in the World Cup in January. They're moving into bowl now. I think that is one of the twin sisters now.
Ada
on
Basin
strike.
and Ria Basin both are on
Ria.
the crease. Yeah. So
She
the
pushes the
ones-
first ball away into the offside, no runs.
The one's facing now is Ada. I'm gonna grill you on the twins now here, Nico. After this ball by Dara.
They do look very similar too. It's poked away through mid-wicket there, all the way along the ground.
Oh, it's slipped
There's
on.
been a slip there, might still be just a little bit slippery. The ground isn't too bad after the rain, but some of the girls, it's one of the first times they've worn sprigs in their boots. Some of these girls, and it is a little bit different. She might have stood on the side of it a little bit and just slipped.
So coming back on the twins
Watch
here.
the replay, yes.
Oh. It's a
Yeah,
bit
I
wet
don't
and
know that she's
slippery.
got her sprigs on there. There it comes in the bowl now. Oh, that's a nice ball.
It's a really
Not much foot movement there, trapped on the crease.
put
And
pressure on the batters.
just slides past the outside edge of the bat through to the keeper.
Speaking of on the twins here, since you have a history with the twins, a lot of people said they have this strong connection between the two of them. Is that true or is that false? What do you think?
I believe it's very true. I've seen it with my brothers. They live a long way apart. You can't get much further apart and still live in Australia. One lives at the very northwestern tip of Australia, up in the Pilbara, and the other one lives in country East Victoria. But I still believe that I actually call it telepathetic. But, there is something between them, and I have seen it with others. I've got twin cousins as well.
Wow.
And, very same, very
So-
similar.
We'll have to see both from Ria and Ada here if they got the telepathy connection. Because communication is really important in making partnerships, right?
Seeing how you coming in the bowl now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. First ball was just a loosener and was flicked away into the mid-wicket area for a single.
Looks like the ball is very wet, or from the humidity.
Seeing
Not
how
having
you
Bali ground.
bowls be shorter. She's probably having a little bit of trouble gripping it there. She pulled that one down a little bit. Now she's wiping her hands on the sides of her pants, just trying to get the moisture off her palms, off her fingers. I don't see anyone out there with a towel. Comes in the bowl now. That's a better ball, just pushed into the covers, picked up by Sari, and no run. Sangayu has been very impressive in her bowling with the 2 games so far. I think she has the figures of 5 for 9 off her 8 overs. I'll certainly take those figures any day. Next ball just pushed away to point, straight to the fielder again, no run. Comes in again to bowl. This time outside the off stump, left alone by Ada then.
It's very hard to hit Sangai's ball, isn't it?
On a good length.
It's not that the ball's skiddy or moving, but...
Oh, that one just beats the outside edge. Wasn't taken cleanly by Maria that time. But I don't think there was an edge there, luckily. Hands were in good position, just didn't quite take it cleanly. Two sisters, the twin sisters, just having a bit of a chat in the middle there. Sure, they've done this many, many times together.
Yep. It's a very cloudy day today, this afternoon.
Yeah, it's quite cooler today.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, maybe that's why the ground's not slippery enough for the ball to go over the boundaries.
Hopefully we can make amends for that this afternoon. If we don't get any rain, I'm looking at the sky. It doesn't look too bad. We can run the mower over it again very quickly. And hopefully tomorrow we can see some value for shots. The ground as it is now will be beautiful for football, but not quite short enough for cricket. A little bit of a delay here as Maria just sorts out her gloves there.
Gloves and helmets, I think. Preparing for Dara's bowling.
Dara moves into bowl now. It's a short ball outside the off stump. He's just waving the bat out there. And through to the keeper. Beats the bat. I would suggest the girls, when they look at the video of themselves batting here, a bit of work on their foot movement at the crease would certainly help. That time not really getting forward, not getting back, just trapped on the crease. Dara comes into bowl. Full again. Again, beating the outside edge through to Maria. Just look at the replay there. Oh, nice little bit of movement there. Just a little bit of a way swing. There it comes in the bowl again. Oh, that's again beats the outside edge. This is a lovely over. 3 balls, all just outside. This almost the same line. And just moves a little bit there.
Very consistent with the bowling here.
She seems to have found her length here now. Comes in the bowl. Oh, again she's beaten. Took a bit of a swing at that one.
Let's see if we can get another replay here.
Yeah, just that little bit of movement away.
A bit of outside swing there.
She's playing down the line, but the ball is just swinging and leaving the batter. Could be an edge coming up very soon. Comes in the bowl, a bit shorter that time, gets in behind it and just pushes it into a very short point. Picked up by Sari. Very, very good over this one from Dara.
Ria here, just keeping 4 runs out of 20 balls.
That one a little bit leg sided.
Finally.
She's flicked it away behind square. Quick throw, but they managed to get through.
Might have been a miss.
So that's one of Arfie's single run off the last ball. But that one again, it looked like it was sliding down leg side, but straightened on her there. It was a nice ball, but well played, just flicking it away behind square.
Just missed a little bit there. One ball for a maiden over there, but nevertheless, very well bowling from Dar.
Singapore now after 6 overs, 1 for 13. Need to start to push it up a little bit now. Sangayu coming on to bowl now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Oh, there's an appeal for a stumping there. Took the bails off very quickly, Maria, but I think that back foot was grounded. Looking at the replay there. Yeah, she just got the foot back, I think.
Very quick thinking by the batters there to get back her back foot into the crease.
I'm sure Maria thought she had it there because the back foot had been dragged out.
I would forgot to put my back foot there, but very good thinking there.
Sangayu bowls. Oh, that's hit away behind square. See if it comes in from the boundary. It's just a single. A little bit more comfortable when the ball's somewhere around their pads leg stump area. Sangayu comes in the bowl now. Just short of a length, just pushed away to point. Straight to the field and no run. Comes in the bowl again. Down the leg side there. That was upish, but wide of the fielder. Down to a backward square leg. They're going back for the second. Oh, a good throw right beside her. Very close to a direct hit there. Direct hit might have been very, very close. Nice throw. But good running. They got back for the 2. Wasn't such a bad ball. She stepped across the crease a fair way to get inside the ball and hit it behind square. Yeah, he comes into bowl now. Ooh. Bit of a fumble there from the keeper, but no damage done. Just dropped in behind her.
I think the Indonesian coach is trying to give experience for Maria to wicket keep and see how well she's doing.
It's very hard to open the batting, score near 100, and go out in the heat and keep the stumps as well. Fernanda. I do think we have 2 talented keepers in the side. They're both getting a fair go now. At the end of 7 overs, Singapore 1 for 16. We have Ada on 4 off 12 balls and Ria 6 off 23. A little bit bogged down at the moment, but it has been some very, very tight bowling. Now we have a lady from East Borneo.
Laili Malinga Salsabila.
Coming in from the top deck nightclub end, and first ball's a wide down the leg side called by umpire Sonny.
It's a very...
Seeing AU's figures there again today. First 2 overs, none for 3. Excellent figures. She's giving nothing away at all there. Only comes in the bowl. All leg side again. Another wide.
Just trying to fix her run up or bowling, I think.
When they were warming up before, she was bowling with a little bit more A little bit more intent in the run-up. Coming in a little bit harder.
She did well in the previous game in the late overs.
Bowled very well. Bowled very well. Just comes in very gently now. And leg side again.
Leg side. Oh.
Oh, and this time it's got through the keeper. And chased down there behind the stumps, and they've run 2. So that's 3 wides. Good running. Maria wouldn't be happy with that one. She just failed to get down to that. But Laylee has to find the right line here. So far everything's been leg side. She's bowled 3 wides. That was 3 wide. They bowled 3 wides, but that was 3 wides. And it's a full toss, hit straight down to mid-on. Good fielding, but they get through for a single. Direct hit.
It was a direct hit.
But she was safely home.
Singapore picked up 4 runs so far with the extras. This is yet the biggest score in over by Singapore.
It's a nice over for them. With that being really the first ball of the over. Bowls now, and there's a full toss.
Another full toss again.
And that's a no ball. Too high. Didn't actually get it away, but will be a free hit. Only back to a mark. What can they do with this? And that's sorry. Oh, she hits. It's a full toss. She's hit it out to cow corner there. They've run 2. Fielder throws it in now. They only get the 2.
So 2 off the free hit.
Laylee's struggling a little bit at the moment in his first over. It's already been 6 balls.
She really
With
needs
4
to
to
find the line length here.
That's a better ball. Pitch start, they pushed away into extra cover. They get through for a single. Yeah, well run single.
It was a very close run out. See in the replay.
I'd like the camera from side on just to see some of these. A little bit difficult.
Oh, yep, just right in time with the bat, I think.
Yeah, only just got in.
That's the importance of sliding your bat, isn't it?
Very much so. It's something that a lot of younger cricketers need to learn to do. And he comes into bowl again now. Oh, that's wide outside the off stump that time. Another wide. Yeah, many of them just try and tap the bat over.
5 wide so far for Laylee in her first over. So I think warm-up is really important for athletes.
Yeah, she was watching her bowl before, just in the warm-up. She was actually bowling quite well. Just seems to have lost the radar. There's another wide. It is an action that is very hard to control, I think.
Just
With the big sling.
sometimes it's those little things. You just need to warm up before the games and get ready.
Yeah, all these bowlers need to be ready when the captain calls on them. There's in the bowl now. That's a better ball. Outside the off stump. Quite full. We're running out of room here for this over.
10th ball now. It's 11th ball. Laylee will bowl in this over.
2 balls to go.
Must have been pressure by all the what she bowled. Hopefully she gets the giss here. Oh, another wide.
That's another wide. Outside off stump this time.
I think she needs to change sides. She needs to go maybe over the wicket.
Oh, she did bowl very well in the previous
very
game.
well yesterday. Line of length was good. Moving in again to bowl now. That's a better
That's a
ball.
better
That's
ball,
through
yeah.
the batsman. To the big swing. Beats the outside edge.
Need to get that consistent.
Oh, good
Very
bounce
nice
there.
bowling.
Certainly not the shot you should be playing to that type of ball. I'd like to see the Singapore girls hitting through the line a little bit more there. Lady coming in to bowl again. Well bowled. Oh, that one kept low. Just a little fumble from Maria, but excusable there because that was down at her toes. So that's the end of a very long over. 13 off it.
Yep.
With only
That was 6 wide.
three singles. 4
6
singles. Sorry, 4 runs and 9 extras off that over. And we have Sangayu from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Singapore 1 for 28 after 8 overs.
2 more overs before the water break. Still chasing 133
Back
here.
on line there. Pushes her back on the back foot, just pushing it into extra cover. Fielder picks up, no run.
Singapore still needs to chase 105 runs. It's a good bowling there by Sangayu.
Oh,
Almost a run out.
slow. Well backed up, very well backed up then. Had to move very quickly to her right to get around just to back up the throw. Sangayu comes into bowl now. Oh, she just rocked back then and punches it to backward square leg. No need a single, well fielded. And nice throw into the keeper. I'm starting to feel confident about this weather now. The wind has dropped right off. So with a bit of luck, we'll have a reasonably dry evening. Sangayu comes in. Oh, she's
that's
gone
left off.
underneath that. Oh, no one called, no one went for it there. There was a catching chance.
Miscommunication there between wicketkeeper and Annie.
Yeah, lack of communication.
There's definitely a catch there.
And that one should be the keeper's catch. She's got the
Yep.
gloves on.
Yep.
Make the call, take the responsibility.
And there's no sun either up in the
Sun
air,
in her
so
eyes for sure.
the ball should be seen clear in the air.
Oh, that's a nice shot. She likes to roll back and hit it
Lovely shot.
behind square. Oh, well
Save.
fielded. Diving save there
By
on the
Dara.
boundary. Backward square leg.
Well stopped there by Dara.
Very, very well done, Dara.
Lovely shot though by
Just
Ada.
got the 2. I thought that was
Sliding
4
there.
all the way. She had to come around about 15, 20 metres nearly then. Sangayu. Oh, that's a better ball. On the front foot, just pushing down the mid-off, no runs. So Ada is just starting to move along. She's got to 9 now. 9 off 20. Ria 8 off 28. But she started to find the middle of the bat there. A couple of nice shots off the pads.
Too many dot balls here from the twin sisters, but they've batted through.
Yeah, after 9 overs, they're only 1 wicket down.
Yep.
A big improvement on the
Yep.
previous 2 games.
Definitely
Looks like Sari's going to bring herself on for this 10th over.
I think after the Lyle's over, Sari's taking over that side. Decision by the captain.
Yeah, so Sari coming in from the top deck nightclub end. Readjust. Just fixing up the gloves there.
So Sari here can actually bowl both fast bowling and slow bowl, but she's now just focusing on slow bowling, I think.
She plays a lot of indoor cricket as well. She's it's all year round cricket for Sari. And
It's a
she's
good
just
shot.
been lofted over mid wicket there.
By Ria.
Back for 2. A little bit short there in the first ball. But you see all the bowlers really trying to dry their hands, dry the ball.
Yep.
It must be very, very humid. A lot of perspiration on the ball. Rhea ready now, comes in the bowl, watching a full toss, but hits straight back to Sari and picks it up on her follow through. There he comes in the bowl now. All full toss.
Full toss.
Oh, and hits straight to mid wicket for a quite comfortable catch there. I think it's Ariani.
So that
And
was
that's
Ria.
the second wicket to fall. That's a bad time to lose a wicket just before drinks.
Yep.
I think they
And
might
on
call
a full
it,
toss as well. So
yeah, they might call an early drinks break here, the umpires, because 9.3 balls. But yeah, straight down her throat, and a comfortable catch.
just need a little bit more swings there to get the ball higher, but couldn't get it.
Yeah, not a particularly good ball from Sari, but I'm sure she'll take it. She certainly does enjoy a wicket.
Yep.
Yeah, they're having a drinks break now, so we'll be back in just a minute.
You want water?
Okay, we're just about ready to go here now after the drinks break. Finishing off this over, the 10th over. Sari coming into bowl from the top deck nightclub end. The new batter. Just waiting to check here who it is. Sari bowls, pitched up. Just pushed out to points. Straight to the field, a no run. Harry moves in. Oh, that one's a little bit short. hit over the top of the umpire pretty much there and out to a deep square leg and just for the single. That's Safrini is a new batter. Nice shot. We got one ball to bowl in this over now. Surrey comes in. Pitched up, well, that's kept a little bit low, but pushed back down the wicket and picked up in her follow through. So that's the end of the 10th over. Singapore 2 for 35.
Certainly more runs than yesterday for Singapore. I think they had 40 runs.
As soon as we finish, are you going to do that?
Okay, who we have here now? Coming in from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Safrini facing.
I think it's Rahma.
Rama, yep. Rama comes in.
Oh,
First
wide.
ball wide outside the off stump, called by the umpire. A lot of these girls, their first ball,
It's
they
wide.
do bowl wide, a little bit loose on their first ball. It seems to be a common thread.
Something to talk about in the locker room, I think, with the coach.
I know he does talk about that first ball. He wants that first ball to be your best ball. She comes in the bowl
Exactly.
again now. Back on line, all beats the bat then, through to the keeper. I do notice with the Singapore girls, they do hit across the line a little bit rather than hitting through the line there. They should have been trying to punch it out through, maybe out through mid-off or wide cover. But she's hitting across the line. It's something they can work on with technique a little bit. Comes in the bowl, Rama bowls. Oh, that's better. Pushed her just a short point. No run. So Afi, from the committee, very happy with the way things are going here. It's
Yep.
a good event. Lovely to have someone coming touring to Indonesia.
Yes.
It comes into bowl now. Short. She rocks back, tries to pull
Oh,
it
clean up.
behind, but only
Quickly clean
goes
up.
very
Oh.
short there. And almost a run out.
A
Well
very
fielded.
clean pick
Yeah,
up there
was
with
onto
Mia.
that very quickly.
Yeah, I mean I think we're happy to have teams to come over here, but honestly, it's not also a hard sell to the team to come to Bali to enjoy cricket. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, I know with the football, there's many Southeast Asian teams would love to come here touring, but unfortunately we don't have a field suitable to play full-size game. It's something I'm working on at the moment,
Yeah.
and hopefully in the future.
But certainly the facilities in Bali for sport is not something the government is looking at, but the potential is actually really huge. So we're
people
hoping
I'm
here.
talking to now are certainly looking at sports tourism. They see it as financially viable.
Yep.
A bit of an appeal there down the leg side. Might have clipped the pad, I think.
So if you're out there watching this game and apparent investors around sports, you can come here and visit Bali and see how the sports tourism can be a big thing here, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's a destination people want to come to. With the cricket, we've had people tour here.
From
Rama comes in the
India,
bowl.
Pakistan.
Oh, that was a Yorker length. She played all over the top of that one and through to the keeper.
Lots
Yeah,
of
we've
Australian
had,
teams as well.
What do you call last man standing tournaments here?
Correct.
And I actually keep in contact through Facebook a little bit with the captain of the Bangladesh side, and he talks about coming back here. Just wants us to, when someone puts on the tournament. Unfortunately, the gentleman from Australia that organised the tournaments has now, I think he's living in Saudi or somewhere in the Middle East, so he's out of it. So we're just trying to see if there's someone interested in starting up the last man standing, bring it to Bali. and bring some overseas teams here. Sari bowling again from the top deck nightclub end. That ball just pushed, just dabbled away behind point to the fielder again. So he comes in again. Oh, it comes down the wicket that time and hits it very, very straight mid-on, trying to get across.
Lovely straight shot there.
They get back for 2. Very well run.
Shafina.
When you look around Bali, the old Sanur golf course has been bulldozed to allow for medical premises, looking at medical tourism or health tourism. It's something the government's looking at, and sports tourism, I think, really is something that I have a friend that's involved in golf tours here. He takes them from Bali over to Bogor in
Jakarta,
near Jakarta, and people like to travel overseas to play a bit of golf.
Yeah.
So he comes into bowl now. Oh, nice shot down the ground. Very, very nice straight drive mid off. Cuts it off, and they go through for a single. But I've had inquiries about from Touch Rugby about coming here and playing tournaments. I'm waiting to hear more from them. And if we can bring these people, it's going to be good for local economies particularly.
Yep.
And it can help inject a bit of funds into the facilities themselves. So he comes into bowl, pitched up, she tries to sweep that with a slog sweep.
There's no support from the team for the appeal there.
Yeah. Must have got a bit bad on that, I think, and trickled down through the slips for a single. Showing into the over here, but we've only had 4 balls by what's on the screen.
Should have been a couple more.
Rama coming on again for his second over.
Rahma from Jakarta here, bowling with the right hand, but she actually bats with the left hand.
Bats left-handed. Okay.
We have yet to see her bat yet, but hopefully sometime in the series.
That first ball pushed down the ground to mid-off. No run. Ada now has reached double figures. She's on 10. Oh, that's short ball over the top. That was pulled away nicely.
Go for 4, I think.
That will just about go for 4. No,
it's
cut
safe
off
again
just
by
inside
Dara.
the boundary.
Dara safe, lots of 4 runs.
And they've run.
A couple of 4 runs, I think.
Saved a couple of runs there. He got back for 2. I'd actually have a go at the groundsman for that one. It should have carried.
Really good running there by Dara to save that boundary.
I do like to see the girls get value for their shots. That was a nice shot. A little bit short and down the leg side, put away. 2 runs. Comes into bowl now. Oh, that's a wide down the leg side.
Another wide there by Rahma.
I'd like to send a bit of a hello out to a good friend of many of ours here. He's in Jakarta. He's not 100%. He had a car accident and is laid up at the moment. Peter Wallace, we're thinking of you, mate. Take care and get well soon. Starting to get a few mosquitoes sneaking around here, Arfie. And as one of the boys said to me now, I'm too sweet, too much Jack Daniels. I'm coming into bowl
Change
now.
your preference there, Nico.
And I did happen to win the 365 days of beer from the football club. So,
Is that
very dangerous.
very dangerous? don't try, or try at your own risk.
It's a good sponsor of the football club.
Ah,
He gave me an award that I don't think I could ever use properly. Firino on strike now. Hummer moves into bowl. Well, that's nicely pushed down to mid-on. Through for a single. Very positive call I could hear there. Been a lot better running here today.
Yes.
Yesterday the running was, they were all at sea with their calling, their communication.
yes.
3
and
run-outs. But a big
lot.
improvement today.
A lot better communications. No wickets falling, crumbling down, anything early in the game. So
Yeah, they fell
They're
in
looking
clumps yesterday.
they're looking good.
When it comes
Looking
into
better.
bowl, full toss there. Punched into the covers, but no run. Well fielded by Sari. Threatens to throw down the stumps, but Ada hadn't left her crease. I suppose we had twin sisters out there for a while, so
Yep.
a little bit better communication there, but these two are just you see a positive call
Yep.
from Safrina. Definitely makes a difference.
You can definitely see they're both more comfortable now on the Odeana ground playing cricket on the 3rd game. So you have yet to see on the 4th, 5th, and 6th game. Maybe they'll change the course of this series
Oh, that's been lofted up over mid-off.
through the
Mid-off
gap.
gets
Though.
around, picks it up, and only the single. Trying to go aerial there. Didn't really get onto it, but enough to get over the top of mid-off.
I think the ball's getting very heavy with the humidity.
It's not bad playing conditions. A little bit dull here at the moment, actually.
Mm.
It's not dark cloud, but it's certainly no sunshine. Oh, Sari bowls very, very close there.
Usually
Just
only-
missing the stumps.
We've got
And a bye there.
what's the Bali sunset time in here, Nico? Usually 6:30 comes with Bali sunset time.
Yeah, around 6:30 dark here, but this morning at 7 o'clock it was still quite dark because the cloud was so heavy. Surrey bowls all just dabbed out to point there.
And I would say
Anfield.
we're actually pretty lucky to have 3 cricket match over the 3 days on this time of the year.
I don't know, Afi, the last couple of years have been funny. When I first come to Bali 8 years ago, we didn't have any rain really till Christmas. For
that's left
maybe
off.
3 or 4 years. And then the last 2 years we've had very early wet seasons. And we've really had rain since end of September, and quite good rain. And yes, so yeah, certainly we're into the wet season now, so to be able to get games in, it is a little bit late. To expect to be able to not have rain. Oh, that ball's hit to mid-wickets. Just the single. But hopefully, yeah, we've been lucky today. A little bit worried about the early starts, though. The moisture around 9:30 in the morning. It may be hard to get started on time. We don't have the luxury of super soakers or super soppers, whatever they're called, to take the moisture off the ground. We have dragged a rope around here, not a rope, a hose around here. It just takes the dew off the surface and allows it to get through and helps to dry the ground.
So when's the best time to go here to play cricket?
Best time of the year? Well, the dries, any time usually from April through to September. But then again, we have had a bit of rain during the wet season, the dry season.
Yeah.
That's certainly helped the ground to be in the condition it's in. This really should be the end of the dry season right now. But we've had just some nice, not big rain, but just enough to ease the burden on my assistant who does most of the watering. Roma coming into bowl now. Oh, that's taken on the pads. Big appeal.
Not given by the
But
umpire.
I think they might have been sliding down leg side.
Let's see if we can get a replay here.
Yeah.
Couldn't see from the
Only
angle.
that was straightening a little bit there. That was actually a good call. Very, very close to leg stump, I think. As you see in the
Better
replay
angle.
there. Looked like it was sliding down leg, but then it straightened on her. And I think that would have been very, very close to taking the leg stump. I think they're lucky they haven't got the referral system. They could send it up to us and we can look at it here. I would have actually given that one out.
This is our first time using camera replay, so it might have to be in the system for future games.
Yeah, I don't know whether we're quite there. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are, at what level that does come in. That's down the leg side, that's a wide. But we do have the advantage of looking at, we're sitting a wide mid-off, and we don't get a good angle here, but we have the screen, and the cameras are very well set up at over the top of the side screens.
Yep.
So we do get a view straight over the bowler's arm, pretty much the same view as the umpire is getting. I think if the umpire would have been very, very close there. Oh, punched out through the covers there, missed field. They'll get a single. So Singapore now in the 15th over, 2 for 53. It's a much better performance. They got wickets in the shed still. Bowls pushed back and picked up on the follow through.
So the biggest score Singapore have scored is 68 against Indonesia in this series. Now they have 54 now. So
yeah, they're on their way to beating that. And but it's the wickets in hand. They didn't lose those early wickets.
Yep.
Palmer moves in now. Short of a length and just slid off the bat. It's a backward point, straight to the fielder. That backward point fielder has been in the play a lot today, which shows that they've got a very good field set and they're bowling to their field. In the bowl. I think she's trying to get the scoreboard ticking over a little bit here. She's swinging very hard. But again, cross-bat shots. I'd like to see her playing through the line there. The field is not set very deep there.
It's that technique that a good cricketer yet to master. Straight shot.
Oh, comes in bowls now. Oh, that's wide outside the off stump and called by the umpire.
So not really tidy bowling here from Indonesia. I think they have a lot more extras than yesterday.
It must be hard in a 6-game tournament to actually, when you're 2 up, to stay motivated. But all these girls will be fighting for positions in a squad next year. Oh, there's a full toss and she's bowled, hitting across the line.
Again with the cross
at the base of the legs, base of the off stump there. Just look at the replay here. There's a slower ball, and yeah, full toss. Beaten all ends up, hitting across the line. So there we see the fall of the third wicket. Singapore now after 15 overs, 3 for 55.
So 5 more overs to go for Singapore team.
To go. And Roa has the figures of 1 for 11 off 3 overs. Tidy figures.
New batters coming in. I think it will be...
Gatharani is a new batter coming in. Take strike. Well, no, that was the end of the over, sorry. So she'll be at the non-striker's end.
So
Free needs to take strike.
In this situation, you still have a lot wickets there. What is the right strategy here?
Not like yesterday. This is when it's time to go hard. 5 overs to go. You've got 7 wickets remaining. There's no use having wickets left in the air and just pushing. Go hard. There she is. She goes hard. It's a short ball hit behind square. That should go for 4
Singapore hit the boundary there for 4. Very well shot there by Shafina.
That's a bad ball down the leg side. Would have been a wide, but she got inside it nicely and slapped it behind square, right beside the cameraman there. Surrey comes in the bowl now. Oh, that one's spooned back, almost a caught and bowled chance there, just out of her reach. Picked up at mid off and thrown into the keeper for a single. To the score. Okay, now Katharina to take strike now. Sari in her fourth over. Oh, she just pushes it, drops it onto the ground in front of her. Having a bit of a look at Sari. Sari comes in the bowl now. Short. Oh, hit almost down the throat. Oh, that's a better option. She went to the non-striker's end with the throw, but the throw was a bit wayward. It was certainly the end of throw too, and resulted in a single there. I'm sure the fielder there thought it was coming straight down her throat, but dropped short of her. Surrey in the bowl, pushed to backward points, picked up by the fielder, no runs. Surrey comes in the bowl now. Oh, she almost yorked herself. Hit it onto her foot there. It might have hurt a little bit. Shafrina. That's the end of the over. Sari's figures there after 4 overs. 1 for 17. Tidy figures again. And at the end of 16, Singapore 3 for 61. I'm sure they'd like to go past the 68. They scored in the first game. Surpass that. Show improvement in every game. Sengayu coming on now for her 4th over. The other figures are none for 7 off 3 at this stage. Katharina first ball. Oh, just flicked out to mid-wicket. A bit of a misfield there, but backed up well by Rama. Yeah, here comes in the bowl. Kanarani lets that one go, but it's wide outside the off stump and called a wide by the umpire. In the bowl now. Oh, that one's pitched right up and she plays right across that. Bit of a stifled appeal. Not out is a call from the umpire. They could hit her outside the off stump there. That one's pitched up. Oh, and it's hit straight to extra cover in the air, and that's quite a comfortable catch to the fielder out there. So that's the end of Chaturani, and Singapore now move to 4 for 62. Sengayu now picks up her first wicket for this match. I think she now has figures of something like 6 for 17 in the 3 games so far. So bowling figures very pleasing. A new batter making her way out to the middle now. Just trying to pick up the number on her shirt there. Is that Tanvi Prasad, I think? Oh, first ball taken on the body. A little bit too high, that one. Now we have one of the Puran Karen girls, I think, by what they're saying here. Comes in the bowl. That's hit out through mid-wicket. There's no one out there. It's a decent chase now for the mid-on. She gets to the ball now as it pulls up. They get back for 2 runs. Nice throw in. Bit of a bad bounce there at the crease, but well backed up. I think this must be Jocelyn. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. We have a change of bowler now from the Top Deck nightclub end. Now Dara coming to bowl again. Oh, well pitched up but driven into the covers, but straight to the fielder. Dot ball, well fielded. Into the 18th over here now. Dara comes in the bowl. Oh, that's well hit. That's hit down the ground through the offside, down to very deep mid-off. Picked up here by Laley. They get back for 2. There's a nice shot there. It was in the air, but well wide of a fielder and through the gap. And a wide mid-off. Dara comes into bowl again. Just pushed into the ground there. Cover comes in to pick it up and no run. Comes in the bowl. Pitched right up. Oh, that's off the toe of the bat. Oh, that's been given out. That's a good catch at point. Might have been a bit of a leading edge there. Skied and a catch taken very close to the ground at point. Well deserved wicket from Dara there. Just watching the replay. Oh yeah, leading edge. Played across the line and found the leading edge and just skied up there. That's Rama taking a very, very good catch. She's back at her mark now. Comes in the bowl. Oh, tries to get forward, but just slides past the outside of the bat through to the keeper. Dara's bowling very nicely now. Bowls. Oh, outside off stump. She just hangs the bat out there, and that's the end of her 4th over. Just having a replay, and look at the replay there. Yeah, no foot movement there. And her figures 2 for 10 off her 4 overs. Very, very tidy figures. I'm sure the coach will be very happy with that. So Rama to bowl her 4th over now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Jocelyn on strike. It's in bowls. Nice shot. Just plays it into the covers. Still not a lot of foot movement. Very hard to get much power into that shot without moving the feet. Rama comes into bowl again now. Pitches right up, on the pad there. Almost hit her on the front toe, I think. But outside the leg stump. Yeah, giving herself room there, and was struck outside the leg stump. Comes into bowl again. Pitched up. Oh, this time almost a French cut there, I think. Gone square just to the side of the keeper and picked up by the fine leg coming in fast and only the single. Davina now. Over Rama, she comes in, pitches it right up and just pushes it gently into the covers. Nice defensive shot there. Rama coming into bowl. Just the down leg side there. Called a wide, and a bit of a fumble missed by the keeper, and they run through for the extra wide. There's 2 wides called by the umpire. When you look at the bowling card, the Indonesians, no one's got away. No one's got away from them. I don't think anyone's been too expensive. So yeah, overall the coach and the captain will be very happy with that. Extras, maybe a little bit too many there. They can work on it. It comes in the bowl. Well, there's a full pitch ball and it's gone straight through her and knocked over the castle. There's the 5th wicket. 6th wicket for Singapore, sorry. 6 for 69 in the 18th over. Johnson didn't trouble the scorer too much there. Yeah, played all over that. She made 3 off 7. Sharma's still to get off the mark. Rama with 1 ball to go in her 4th over. Got healthy figures of 2 for 14. And now we have Tanvi Prasad coming in to face her first ball. Armour steaming in now. Pitches it right up. Oh, as Nelly, that's very, very close again. The slower ball. Just outside off stump there. Beaten all ends up. Yeah. Just to the fourth stump. So that's the end of the 19th over. Singapore now, at least they've passed their 68 from the first match. Sure they'll be pleased with that. With 1 over to go, they'd certainly be looking to increase on the 69. Still got 4 wickets in the shed. 4 wickets left. And it will be Derry to bowl the last over. Coming in now. Oh, false start there. This goes back to measure a run up again, I think. As this match is drawing to a close, I'd like to thank our sponsors again. Bull's Head Steakhouse and Top Deck Nightclub. We appreciate their support. I'm sure the players and everyone else do too. It pitched up. Oh, she's pushed just square of point, just backward of point, and got through for a single there. Getting good movement still, Derry. Nice little in-swingers. This is Tanvi facing now. Oh, just pushes it onto the ground. Defensive prod. No run. That one coming off the seam. Well bowled. Singapore have reached 70 now. Coming in the bowl, or just pushed away, or picked up on the bounce to the keeper. Sorry, coming in the bowl now. Pitched right up or right through her then outside the off stump, through to the keeper. Well taken from Maria. Done quite a good job behind the stumps today. As we have a couple of the under 19 ladies heading around to the nets for some training with the squad. Sorry, coming in the bowl now. A little bit wide of the off stump that time and didn't play a shot. Ray comes in the bowl here. It's the last ball. And clean bowl. What a way to finish. Straight through her. Took out that off stump. So that will be the end of the game, and a well-deserved win to the Indonesian team. Just watching on the replay there, yeah, lovely in-swing. Takes out that off stump, knocks it out of the ground. So thank you very much for everyone watching out there as the players congratulate each other. It was a comprehensive victory again to the Indonesian team, but there's certainly some improvement from the Singaporeans. So I'll say goodnight, and we'll be back with you with Afi very shortly with the post-match awards. Thank you very much.
Check, check, check. 1, 2. 1, 2, check. Mic check. Welcome to the post-match presentation of the third match of Indonesia-Singapore Bali Women's T20 Championship, live from this Udayana Ground cricket venue in Bali. In the presentation party, we have Chamal De Silva, who is also Singapore Cricket Association Women's Pathway Manager. PCI would like to thank everyone involved in organizing this match. Title sponsor DAFA News, streaming partner VU Sports and Women's Cricket Zone, digital partner CrickFit, organizers, Sports and Media Works. PCI would also like to thank Bull's Head Steakhouse and Top Deck Nightclub. I'd like to invite Singapore team captain Shafina for a quick interview. So Shafina, you've bowled very well in this match. What has been the difference so far between the other games?
I guess the focus of my own teammates today was a bit more and very good. And I guess everyone is developing in their own ways as the games goes by. And I think today with the game, we did pretty well with our bowling and also the execution of our batting today. Yeah.
Very well, very well. What will be your upside in this match, or what will be your takeaways in this match?
The takeaways I think we can take is being a bit more attacking with our batting. I guess from the first, second game to the third game, it has progressively gone a bit more positive, and I hope that continues the next few games. Yeah.
Very well. I wish you good luck. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Indonesian captain Sari for a quick interview as well. Sari, you have lost the toss 3 times in a row. What will be your strategy tomorrow?
Mau menang atau nggak menang, kita tetap pilih betting kok. Mungkin karena sial aja kali tadi. Jadi mereka menang toss sampai 3 kali. Okay.
So I would like to bat. So they've given me to bat. So that will be our strategy tomorrow. What will be your message to the team after the win today?
Untuk tim lebih semangat lagi. Kalau ada yang trouble, kita kasih semangat temannya biar dia nggak makin tertinggal jauh. Ya.
So keep supporting the team and keep doing your best. Thank you, Sari.
Ya.
And for the player of the match from Team Indonesia, Mia Ardaleta.
Congratulations. Well played. Congratulations.
So Mia, you've scored your first international 50s. How do you feel?
Sebelumnya terima kasih untuk Allah Subhanahu wa taala dan teman-teman, tentunya pelatih yang sudah mensupport saya sampai sejauh ini. Saya bisa masuk timnas pertama kali dan bisa menjadi player of the match. Saya sangat senang sekali.
She'd like to thank the God, the teammates, the coach for the chance to play, and she's very happy with the result. What will be your mindset coming from tomorrow's game? Mindset yang besok, maksudnya seperti apa? Strategi besok main.
Agar bisa lebih baik lagi.
She wants to play better for tomorrow. So Mia, thank you. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and see you tomorrow at 9:30 for the fourth match of the series.